I've learned that my way is not the best way, and it's not going to be the best way, and it's never going to be the best way. And I'm willing to follow his way.
Has worked in my life by showing me that I don't need to worry about what other people think about me, and I don't need to think about I don't need to worry about tomorrow. I don't need to worry about what's gonna happen in my future, because I know whatever happens is the Lord's plan. Everything that happens is in His hands, and I don't need to worry about anything. I don't need to think about what anyone else says. The only thing that matters is what I'm doing for God and glorifying the Lord God.
One thing that God's taught me is probably just to trust Him and don't worry about things. It's really easy to get distracted with what the world's doing and what the world thinks of you. And just God knows what He wants and He'll do it, and you just don't gotta worry about it.
My friends and my counselors have been helping me and guiding in my way to Jesus, and I think I have improved about my relationship with Him, and I will change lots of things when I arrive back to Spain, because I have another view of the world, how my life is going to be.
Well, I guess before coming to camp, sure, I believed in God, but I never really made it a big, serious aspect of my life. And I guess I came to camp, with that mentality on wanting to change that. And since coming, I've been able to just go over a complete overhaul of that.
Tommy taught about how this was during the time when Peter was walking on water with Jesus, how he began to sink, and Jesus said, you have so little faith, even though you've seen me do so many miracles. We have all seen so many miracles happen from Jesus, and we still doubt it, and we still sink back into that water.
What I learned is that God is always there for you no matter what, and that He'll never get mad at you for what you do, like self-harm or anything like that. And so He's always going to stand up for you. Things will happen, but it happens for a reason.
This week the Lord told me to put all my worries in Him, and I realized that I don't have control. He has control, and I just need to let Him control my worries.
The Lord has been working on specific details of trust in my life, and just specific things that He wants to take away from me and that He wants to take the wheel on.
It taught me that I don't have to live life by myself, and I can have Him with me, along with me.
One of the main things I've been learning about is how to give control to God, and how I have to reflect His image outside of church, outside of family, in school with friends.
I think I've learned how to just keep a commitment and learn some strategies in one of my breakout sessions the other day, and just how to just stay true to just what your commitments are.
It taught me to forgive and forget instead of wishing upon people's downfall.
This week at camp, I've been learning that I have to put my faith and my actions to work together towards reaching other people.
One thing God has taught me is that you really need to surrender. You just need to surrender your life to Jesus.
I just learned about how I really want my life to mean something. If the Lord doesn't come back for a long time, when I get way older, I want my life to mean something, and I want to look back on it and know that I did as much as I could for God, and that I lived out for Him as much as I possibly could.
He can just bring me through dark places, I guess, and I can just put my faith in Him. And I can bring my anxieties to Him, and He'll just take it off my chest, I guess.
So, one thing that I've learned this week at camp is that He deserves our praise. And I don't mean that lightly. I mean, He died for us, and that basically gives us the obligation. We're almost basically required to live for Him and to love Him. And although it's a choice that we get to make, it should be a choice that we want to make in our lives.